in one of your talks, you mentioned that you don't, not that you don't understand, you don't understand why it's translated as delusion. And you said you think that's it's incorrect. It's more ignorance. Do you still have this misunderstanding and clarity?
What I was trying to say is delusion is what is delusion?
Yes. Okay.
That is a problem.
It's not a problem. If I may.
Yeah, okay.
I was reading the commentaries, and it's really down to the individual translating the suttas. Lord Buddha was very clear. He used different Pali words for ignorance and delusion. Avidya, ignorance, and moha is a delusion.
Yes.
So the translator, whoever was translating it, they bunched everything together as a delusion or ignorance. But that's not what Lord Buddha was saying. When he talked about ignorance, he would say, for example, dependent origination. Ignorance conditions sankhara, sankhara conditions vijnana. He would not say delusion conditions sankhara. So he used avidya there. But when he said a person is ignorant because of delusion, so the person is avidya because he has moha, it is because he takes, for example, the impermanent as permanent, the not self as self, and the unsatisfactory as a satisfactory. Therefore, he is ignorant with delusion. So when he talked about the three characteristics, not understanding anicca, anatta, dukkha, he would say delusion. When he talked about conditionality, or he would say the world is full of ignorance, he would say avidya, not delusion. I hope this makes sense. And then whoever was translating the Pali decided, oh well, I'm gonna bunch everything together as ignorance or delusion. Versus the pure scholars of Pali, they would distinguish and keep the original wording of the Buddha. I don't know if that makes sense. To me, it's very clear. It's really down to the individual translating. It's not.
Yeah, that's why I constantly have to trouble, also with all these words, because over time, these words, change their meaning, and delusion now means nothing.
Exactly.
Yes, and that is not moha. Yeah, that's why I'm going against these translation also such as mindfulness, because it doesn't really, it doesn't fit. Yeah, that's why I redefine it or try to explain it in several ways.
But you
avijja, normally how I define avijja is it is the will, actually. Will.
The will.
Yeah. W-I-L-L. Yeah. It's wanting to know, but not being able to know. Wanting to understand, but not being able to understand. The will, yeah. Because that is what is left over, avijja, it is still wanting, yeah. It's not the wanting in the sense of we want this or that, but
this wanting of the khandhas, you mean?
No, not the wanting of the khandhas. No, not difficult to explain. But I do understand, by, ignorance.
He would say, a person is ignorant. Why is he ignorant? Because he has delusion. And why does he have delusion? Because he takes the impermanent as permanent, the not self as self, and the unsatisfactory as a satisfactory. He does not see properly. He's deluded. It's almost like he has a curtain in front of his eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah. It's just like the person, who is in the smartphone world is deluded. Because that's what he thinks is the world is all about, yeah. And that's what we see. Delusion goes much, much deeper, I mean, we think, there are trees, there are men, there are people, there are these things, yeah. Mm. And in the end, there's nothing.
You you're not alone with your problem with translating. There's many lumpus and elderly bhikkhus who really make it an issue. He said you have to stick with the original Pali, the way
Yes.
Ananda, Sariputta was.
Yeah.
They were there. So avidya is ignorance, moha is delusion, and you have to distinguish between the two. You can't just put your interpretations and then say, okay, everything is this or everything is that. So you're not alone.
Yes, but people. The problem is with people. They hear a word and they stick to it, and that is. And even if I tell this person delusion and that person delusion, they have two different understandings of delusion.
It's one only.
Yeah, no, I mean the way when you talk about delusion, that's what you have an idea about delusion. What delusion is, yeah. Another person has a slightly different idea. It's the same thing with love.
That's the problem.
That's the problem, yeah. That's why I said, you have to go down, yeah. These words are just symbols. You have to go down to the value of the symbol.
You have to have insight.
Yeah.
You have to gain insight.
Without insight, you really don't know. I mean, it hit me hard when Lungta Mahabo one time, he was in the sala sitting, yeah, and he was talking about sati. He said, the person who has sati, the moment he has sati, there are no kilesas in his heart. And that hit me. Yeah? So, I mean, sometimes, some of these explanations that he gave, hit me. Yeah? It's just the same, when he said, yeah, some people say, let go, let go, let go. You cannot let go. Yeah? And then he explained it, an arm that is on the roof, yeah, and wants to go out on the floor. All what it says, let go. And it falls to the floor. And even doesn't hurt itself. But it does not know this command. The only thing that he knows is forward, one step forward, and clumping down, and then it's on the floor. There is no command that in our heart. Yeah, what we can do is not to dive into it, or not to go for it. That's what we can do. But that is not letting go.
That's not letting go.
No.
That's one thing. That's you are grasping.
It's your grasping, and yeah, it's the letting go of the grasping, but the root cause is still in the heart. The heart still wants it. Yeah.
This is the Arahant, the last, what do you call it, the last little bit of a cloud that is there, that's what, that
But
he has to
for the
eradicate.
Arahant, he doesn't want anything with this world anymore. He wants this power, yeah? And when you see this power of this illusion of knowingness, yeah? But actually not knowing. That's what he understands. Yeah? He thinks, he knows everything, but actually he doesn't know a thing. That's why I call it knowing, but not.
So are you saying that you start saying a lot of, I don't know, I don't know, I just don't know.
Yeah. But you can do it in a way that, is how do you say? That's suppressing, or you can say it in a way that you want to know with the heart. But that is the perfect thing.
But Lupu Mahabua was an arahant, but he still had to function.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did stuff in, like we do here,
Yeah.
concrete,
Of course. I mean, he built the sala. Yeah.
just detached.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't
Disengaged.
Really, yeah. Disengaged. Yeah. And this, I mean, Lumpoli was very different. Yeah. He was also an arahant. Yeah. But he taught the Lumpoli.
The way we went.
No. Luang Por Lee, I mean, he died,
Well, did
5
we-
years ago.
Did we go to the temple?
big shady, the big shady.
Yeah, the big shady. Yeah. Okay.
He was teaching his bhikkhus by doing things.
He was an arahant.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the fastest arahant in Luang Por Man's tradition, 4 years. Because he was on Tudong with Luang Da Mahabua.
Just detached, disengaged.
Detached, disengaged, and not there. I mean, this is something, when you see this, you see a person and you see, his ego is there. Yeah? But if you meet an arahant, he's not there.
Empty.
He's empty, you can walk through him. And he's not offended by anything you do. Yeah?
There's nothing there.
Because nothing is there to be offended. Yeah? So you can approach him, Most of the gurus that you met in your life, you cannot approach.
I've not met you. You're the first one I met. But you're approachable.
What?
You are approachable. Sorry, I should not point.
No, they normally keep you at bay,
Yes, I have seen. I have heard of that. They are very, very difficult to get
approach.
to. There's the bhikkhus keep a curtain around them.
Not only the bhikkhus, yeah. I mean, yes, they try to keep a curtain around Luang Da Mahabua, but only when he was weak, when he was close to death.
Otherwise, he was approachable.
Oh yeah, every time. I went up to his kuti,
Thank you.